Get out! I said get out!
What's going on, Viv?
She said Doug needed our help and then opened the gate and tried to get out before we got back.
They all thought Naomi wanted to leave again, but Naomi explained that she didn't.
What's there to explain? You were ditching out on us.
Again. Why?
There might be seeds, maybe fertilizer, some food even, military rations.
How do you know that?
Naomi didn't say how she knew. She just mentioned it was a place she had been before. In the end, Madison and Victor decided to go with Naomi, while Nick and the others stayed behind to guard against the outside group. They drove through the night and passed by a motel to rest for the night. After a brief security check, they killed 2 zombies inside. Victor also found some snacks to fill their stomachs. Victor asked Naomi where they were ultimately heading. Naomi simply said it was a federal emergency site. She didn't want to talk about what happened there, just that supplies were likely still there because no one wanted to go there. Naomi also confessed that during the day, she actually wanted to leave the base.
I was gonna leave the map behind when I closed the gate, so you'd know where to go.
Why?
Because she's a coward.
You're right. That's what I am.
Now you can't.
Victor probably had the least qualification to say that. The next morning, Madison woke up to find Naomi had already left. Naomi left a map for Madison and the others. Madison insisted that Naomi must have wanted to search for supplies alone, fearing they would follow and take the risk. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been so candid with them. Victor, however, believed that Naomi had abandoned them.
You accept the fact that maybe some people can't be saved.
You gotta take your opportunities to make up for it.
The car that Cole and I found, been stalking it for weeks. When pressed, when cornered, people don't change.
Although Victor was selfish, he was also genuine. Did Naomi really abandon them? The fact was, as Madison said, Naomi had found another vehicle and arrived at the emergency shelter. Naomi gently pushed the door, and instantly, all the zombies inside gathered towards her. She seemed to have known the situation inside. Naomi quietly slipped in through the back door. Looking at the familiar scene, feeling a wave of sadness, Naomi quietly opened a box, first finding a book on growing crops, then grabbing a bunch of keys she was looking for. Afterward, she moved cautiously, not making a sound. Naomi looked at a painting in front of her and suddenly collapsed, making a noise. Instantly, zombies started moving toward her. Naomi realized it and quickly ran toward the back door. Looking at these familiar faces, Naomi was a bit emotional, and the zombies also took this time to surround her. In the end, Naomi could only climb up to a high shelf. She looked at the zombies and said sorry. Fortunately, Madison and Victor also arrived.
Naomi! There's a truck parked out on the loading dock. Has everything you need.
Let us help you.
No.
Finally, Victor found a rope. Madison attracted the zombies, and Victor set up a rope bridge.
Come on, you can do it, come on! We got you.
Okay.
Come on.
In the end, they successfully escaped. Naomi revealed the hidden secret in her heart. She had a daughter. They came to this survival base and learned a lot about survival. One day, her daughter fell ill and needed antibiotics. Naomi had to hide her and went out to find antibiotics. When she returned, everyone in the base had turned into zombies because her daughter had died and mutated. Naomi was both very sad and guilty. Inside the base, Nick and the others headed straight for the gang.
So what do you want?
We just want you to listen. You might want to make some room. It's food, supplies, fertilizer.
So you've picked over everything in a 50-mile radius. You must be running pretty low on food, too.
Pack it up! Let's go! Gonna take longer than we can wait.
The truck was full of the base's hopes. The gang couldn't wait any longer. They had to find the next target. With this batch of supplies, the base could start rebuilding, and this also made Cole reevaluate Victor. However, the emergency shelter made Madison realize something.
Do me a favor. Grab some rations, a few medical supplies, a couple of rifles from the armory, put them in the Land Rover, park it at the back of the motor pool, and Alicia, keep it quiet.
Why?
Just in case.
Madison was just a woman, a mother, wanting to protect her children in the apocalypse. Fear the Walking Dead, Season 4, finally reached its climax. Madison and the group successfully brought back supplies, seeds, and fertilizer. The group of people outside the base also left. and the base began to recover its past enthusiasm and hope. The brought-back supplies were enough to sustain them until the crops matured. However, how long could this peaceful life last? The little girl, Charlie, returned. Looking somewhat disheveled, the people in the base didn't harbor resentment towards her. After all, Charlie was just a child. Charlie said, "I need your help." They then drove to the location Charlie mentioned, where several cars had collided. Alicia looked around vigilantly. In the driver's seat, unconscious, was the leader of that group, Melvin. Naomi examined him and said, "His injuries are severe. We need to take him back for treatment." Nick immediately started questioning Charlie, asking why she came to them instead of her own team, wondering if she was trying to deceive them again. Charlie explained that the team's leaders were two brothers, Melvin in the car and the other named Ennis. Their survival strategy was to find apocalypse survival bases, wait for them to perish, occupy their resources, and then trap the zombies inside, leaving behind a flag, like a reservoir. Charlie said that because their base wouldn't be destroyed in the short term, the two brothers had a fierce argument and went their separate ways. She followed Melvin here, and the accident happened while trying to escape zombies. Alicia suggested leaving Melvin here, letting fate decide whether he lives or dies. Nick expressed suspicion, remembering how Charlie had deceived them before, and thought this might be another trap. Madison, the real decision-maker, decided to take Melvin back. Nick was anxious, stating they had just started planting again, and if these people ruined everything, what would they do? Madison says we have to save him as long as he's alive. Alicia might be thinking in her heart, "I understand this principle. Why can't you?" Nick also expressed his lack of understanding. Back at the base, Melvin woke up, and when he realized where he was very nervous about Charlie's safety. He stated that he couldn't stay here. It was unsafe. Melvin revealed their principle. They never take things from living people, but this time Ennis thinks that your base won't be destroyed anytime soon. He wants to destroy it artificially. That's why they had the argument. Madison believed that the base had plenty of manpower and weapons and there was no need to fear them. However, Melvin pointed out that they would be facing thousands of zombies. The reality was as Melvin described, Ennis was collecting zombies with a truck. Victor, patrolling outside, also noticed something unusual. The reservoir that used to contain zombies is now completely empty. What's even more terrifying is that there are numerous places outside with flags, and all the zombies are nowhere to be seen. It's hard to fathom just how many zombies there must be. A massive threat was quietly approaching. The base is about to face a zombie crisis. They have started reinforcing the gates with wooden boards, hoping to withstand the zombies. At this critical moment, Naomi contemplates escaping again and urges Madison to lead everyone away. Naomi and Madison state that if danger arises, Naomi will leave alone. Madison realizes that Melvin is likely manipulating people and decides to expel him. They don't understand that kicking Melvin out now is like condemning him to death.
I'm standing here because you didn't give up on me. What makes him any different?
Open the gate or I will.
Gate!
Madison then had a car loaded with supplies brought in. Despite Melvin's pleas for Madison to let him take Charlie, Madison staunchly refuses to allow the kind girl to go with them. Under threat, Melvin has no choice but to drive away. Nick and Alicia also express confusion. You saved him, and you kicked him out as well. Madison, however, pays no attention to this and continues to remove many boards to reinforce the gate. Countless viewers are criticizing Madison. Actually, no one can fully comprehend a mother. Her purpose in establishing the base is simply to prevent her son and daughter from wandering anymore. Upon learning that Melvin has left with injuries, Charlie becomes extremely anxious. Alicia said I put a walkie-talkie in the car. Charlie pleads with Alicia to let her talk to Melvin. Melvin, who was driving, heard Charlie's voice, but he stopped talking after a few words, which made Charlie even more anxious. Charlie requests Nick and Alicia's help. Unable to do anything else, Nick and Alicia prepare to go out. Soon, they spot Melvin's departing vehicle on the roadside, and he is nearing unconsciousness. At this moment, Nick seems to hear something. He quickly instructs Alicia to turn off the car lights and does the same for another vehicle. Then Nick sees Ennis on a truck, followed closely by 7 or 8 large trucks. There is no doubt they are headed toward the base. Alicia quickly notifies Victor. Subsequently, the base assembles people in anticipation of their arrival. However, only one truck arrives. Circling at the gate, it releases an unknown liquid from the back. Nick and Alicia also arrive at the gate cautiously, not daring to approach in case it is a trap set by these people to get Madison to open the gate.
What the hell is that?
We don't know, just get in here.
What if they want you to open the gate?
What if it's a trap?
However, 7 or 8 large trucks arrive behind Nick and others, all uniformly positioning their truck tails toward the base.
We gotta get them inside now.
What's happening?
They're out there, Nick and Alicia.
There was a hissing sound coming from inside the trucks. Then, each truck opens its doors, revealing the vanished zombies. In just 3 minutes, densely packed zombies had appeared at the entrance of the base. Madison and the others on the walls sucked in a breath of cold air, but there was more to it than that. A woman throws a Molotov cocktail on the ground, creating a wall of fire outside the base. Victor mentions that zombies are covered in gasoline, and the consequences would be dire if they get close to the fire. Alicia and Nick's car was parked between the zombies and the gate, and it was surrounded by zombies. Fans, don't ask me why they don't just drive away. The director doesn't allow it. Madison is extremely anxious. She wants to go out and save her children. Victor is a selfish person, but he unconditionally supports Madison, who has saved him multiple times. Madison's decision to go out is met with opposition from within the base, as their priority is to fight fires, not to save people. However, with Victor and Cole's support, they reluctantly open the gate. Alicia's voice comes through the walkie-talkie. She is bidding farewell to her mother, as the car can't hold on much longer. Just when they are in despair, Madison, Luciana, and Victor arrive, clearing a path for Alicia. Madison tells the people inside the base to hold on, emphasizing that the walls can stop the zombies. But things didn't go as planned. The people inside the base, watching the impending horde of zombies, felt a sense of defeat after resisting for only a short while. Before Nick and the others return to the gate, the doors are already open, and people inside are running out. This surprises Madison. Melvin, whom they rescued, secretly drives away with Charlie. The vehicle Melvin drives is the one Madison instructed Alicia to prepare. If they'd listened to Madison and stood their ground, the fortified walls and ample firepower could have held off the zombies. However, the chaotic consequences are evident. The vehicles fleeing from the base are surrounded by zombie hordes. Only Melvin and Charlie manage to escape. Now, Nick and the others are in an extremely awkward situation. Behind them are countless zombies, and with the baseball field gate open, they don't have enough manpower to fend off the zombies. Without hesitation, Madison takes a glow stick and starts waving it. She has made a decision. Suddenly, all the zombies are drawn towards Madison. Madison's goal is to lure all the zombies into the baseball field. Madison remains calm, showing no fear. She only hopes her children can survive. Motherhood is a great profession. A mother is willing to do anything for her children, even sacrificing her life. Madison passes through the tunnel and returns to the gate, closing it. She gives her children a final blessing, drops the glowing stick, and the zombies, covered in gasoline, are instantly ignited. Alicia and Nick finally understand that their mother is not reluctant to leave the base. She only wants them to live a normal life. Some of the things she did, which they once scorned her for, were all to ensure their better survival. The car slowly drives away towards the distance, leaving behind a sky full of flames.